The moment you're watching this, someone in your life doesn't think about you at all because nobody is coming. And part of you already accepted that right now. You are nobody's first thought. Not because they're busy, not because they forgot, because you were never the priority. You were the option. And the moment that really lands, everything you thought you understood about the people around you quietly collapses. The truth is, the people who care about you don't need to be chased. You already know who checks on you without a reason, who shows up without being asked, who remembers without being reminded. Count them, not the ones in your contacts, not the ones who react to your stories, the ones who would notice. If you disappeared tomorrow, you've been in a room full of people and felt yourself disappear. You didn't have a name for it then. You do now. There are 4 things that happen to you. The moment that realization sets in, most people never get past the first one. The last one is the one they don't want you to reach. Point 1, you stop performing. There's a version of you that exists purely for other people. The one that texts first, checks in, makes the effort, remembers the details, shows up even when it costs something. That version of you was built on a belief that if you gave enough, people would eventually give back. But here's what actually happened. They didn't learn to give. They learned that you would. And the moment you realize no one is tracking your effort the way you tracked theirs, that version of you starts to disappear. Not dramatically, not in an argument, quietly, the way a habit breaks when the reason for it dies. That wasn't loyalty. That was a transaction you were running alone. But that's not even the worst part. Point 2, you see the replacements. Once you stop performing, you start watching. And what you see is that the role you played, the reliable one, the available one, the one who always showed up, didn't disappear when you stepped back. Someone else filled it, effortlessly. Nobody mourned the gap. Nobody noticed the gap. The group chat kept moving. The plans kept happening. The void you thought you'd leave wasn't a void. You weren't irreplaceable, you were just the most convenient. This is where it gets uncomfortable. Because now you have to ask the question. You've been avoiding since the beginning. Was it ever about you? Or was it always about what you provided? Most people stop here, don't. Point 3, the loneliness changes shape. There are 2 kinds of lonely. The first is the kind you feel in empty rooms. That one you already know how to survive. The second is worse. It's the kind you feel in full rooms. Surrounded, included, invisible. That's where you are now. And here's what they knew that you didn't. People sense when someone has stopped needing their approval. It makes them uncomfortable because the person who no longer needs the group is no longer controlled by it. They didn't lose interest in you, they lost leverage. That discomfort you feel around people now, that's not you becoming cold. That's you becoming clear. And here's where it flips. Point 4, the silence becomes yours. This is the part nobody puts in the content. When you finally accept that no one is coming, when you stop waiting for the recognition, the reciprocation, the moment they finally see you, something inside you goes still. Not broken, still. The noise that came from needing people to care just stops. And in that silence, for the first time, you can hear yourself think. What you actually want. What you actually believe. What you were doing when you were doing it for them. That voice wasn't yours anymore. Before you knew it, it hadn't been for a long time. If you're watching this and something in it feels uncomfortably accurate, that's not a coincidence. This channel exists for the version of you that already knows something is wrong, but hasn't been handed the language for it yet. Subscribe if you want to keep going. There's more underneath this.